Coming up tonight on Fifth Third Business Beat, the Cincinnati Symphony has a new president, and he's wasted no time in getting to work. As this company grows, its owners decide to rename and rebrand it to match its services. It served customers for more than a half a century, but it's changed hands only 3 times. Business Courier senior staff reporter Lucy May talks about the Agenda 360 report that was released today. President and CEO of Fort Washington Investment Advisors, Maribeth Ray, is the featured speaker of the first Biz Women Breakfast of 2009. Crystal Faulkner talks with Will McIntosh, Dean of the UC College of Business, about a competition among the MBA schools at 5 local universities. Aaron Hansen, Vice President of High-Low Climbers, is John Spencer's guest in the Gehring Center Report. And Claude Davis, President and CEO of First Financial Bank Corp., joins Doug Bolton for Publishers Beat.
Fifth Third Business Beat is brought to you in part by Fifth Third Bank, Cincinnati Bell, and Cincinnati United Contractors.
Hello and welcome. I'm Terry Daniels, in for Brian Patrick tonight. Welcome to the Fifth Third Business Beat for this Friday, February 13th, 2009. There's a new man in charge at the Cincinnati Symphony, and he's already making an impression. In his first month on the job as president of the Symphony, 37-year-old Trey Devy helped balance the orchestra's budget and negotiate a new concessionary contract with musicians. That contract and other cuts helped lower operating costs by $2.8 million a year.
Now we need to be problem solvers, every one of us. And it's not just me, it's the entire organization. So as we think about where we're going to need to, like any business, rip apart our financials, look at the economics with a really critical eye. We're going to have to understand, how we fit into this market.
Devy says he's also working on a strategy to determine what the priorities should be for the orchestra, including how to draw new audiences to Music Hall. Attendance is up by about 14% for the first 14 weeks of the orchestra season. However, a shrinking endowment could leave the orchestra still about $1.5 million short in annual revenue. A downtown-based consulting firm is changing its name in response to its rapid growth and changing image. Acel Advisors will become Varigate Management Consultants in March. The owners of the firm decided to change the name and rebrand the company since it evolved from its original concept.
Before, I think that most organizations probably understood Acel as the diversity and inclusion firm. A lot of organizational effectiveness work, as well as maybe doing a lot of strategic sourcing work. What I think that what has changed has really been an increased focus on more broader management consulting.
The company does strategic sourcing, brand strategy, organizational effectiveness, and social entrepreneurship through what the owners call a multicultural lens. The company was founded in 2005 and has had triple-digit growth each and every year. A restaurant with a lot of tradition and an exceptionally loyal fan base has a new owner, only its 3rd in the 60 years it's been in business. Maury's Tiny Cove is on Harrison Avenue in Cheviot. It's easily recognizable by its iconic sign of a bull drinking a martini. It's also known for its red leather booths that haven't changed much, if at all, over the many years. Its new owner is Matt Huseman, a man who's worked in the restaurant business for years. He says he's always wanted his own restaurant, and when he looked online and found a listing for a family-owned steakhouse, he says things worked out perfectly. Huseman says he's having a great time meeting all of his customers.
I had a group upstairs on Saturday from the east side, and it was their first time at Maury's, and they were sitting next to some longtime guests and some good friends of mine. And by the end of the night, the two parties were together, and they were sharing some wine, and that's what happens at Maury's.
Huseman hopes to attract some new and younger customers while holding on to the old-timers as well. He plans to liven up the upstairs bar by serving pub food until midnight and remaining open after the dining room closes. Now to the front page and a story by Lucy May on Agenda 360. That's the regional action plan that is setting some new goals for the tri-state area. And Lucy, that report just came out today. What did it reveal?
Well, there were some big goals in the report. They include, the three big ones are adding 200,000 net new jobs in the region by 2020, adding an additional 150,000 young professionals to the workforce by that time, and effectively eliminating the worst poverty in our region. They want to make sure that every household by 2020 earns at least 250% of the federal poverty level, which experts say is enough to make sure you can pay the bills and take care of yourself and your family.
Some ambitious goals, but it seems to be coming out at a time, obviously, when the economy is very sluggish. How do they expect to accomplish this?
Well, no one thinks it's going to be easy, but the people who are behind this plan talked to thousands of local residents over the past 2+ years, and they feel like the timing is actually pretty good because now's the time when we need a plan. With federal stimulus money on the way, they feel like communities that have their acts together, have a plan, and know where they want to invest are going to fare the best.
Now, we've had some similar plans over the past years. What sets this apart? What makes it different?
Well, the folks behind this one say what's different about it is there are measurable goals, and they have already established an office of Agenda 360 with Marita Craig, a former chamber official, who's going to be the executive director in charge of managing that office. So she'll report to the community once a year, let us know how things are going, and help to coordinate all these different efforts, many of which are already underway, but help coordinate this and kind of show the community how things are going.
All right, so details of the plan just coming out. When might we see some actual action taking place on this?
Well, some of it's already taking place. One of the things that this plan sought to do was not to reinvent the wheel. So there's some big initiatives already underway. Strive is a huge education initiative that's been underway for several years, some other things like that. So some progress is already being made, some behind the scenes, some more visible. It's a matter of kind of putting all that together and watching it grow. So they think things will start to happen pretty quickly.
All right, we'll keep an eye on it and hope it works.
Great.
Thanks,
Thank
Lucy
you.
May. And you can read the entire story in this week's Business Courier. Here's the Courier Greater Cincinnati Stock Index, tracking the performance of about 40 local stocks compared with the broader market using the Dow Jones Wilshire 5000 Index. The market surged last week as the local index jumped 4.1%, while the overall market soared 5.3%.